Cocaine hides in plain sight, tucked into banana shipments leaving South American ports, bound for Spain, and it's a bigger operation than anyone expected. A leak of over 7 million emails from Colombia's National Prosecutor's Office just cracked this case wide open, exposing a network that's been flooding Europe with drugs. The Clan del Golfo in Colombia and Balkan cartels in Ecuador sneak tons of cocaine into containers from Turbo and Guayaquil, turning Spain's ports into their playground. This video follows that trail, connecting the dots from jungle docks to Spanish shores, with every twist laid bare. That massive email leak came from an investigation called Narco Files, where over 40 media outlets, including Spain's Narco Diario and Info Libre, dug into the data. They found Spain sitting at the center of this drug trade, not just as a drop-off point, but as a meeting ground for global mafias. The emails reveal how cocaine flows from South America through legal banana exports, slipping past customs in places like Galicia, Algeciras, and Valencia. It all starts in Turbo, a port in Colombia's Urabá region, where the Clan del Golfo runs the show, and stretches to Guayaquil, Ecuador's Pacific powerhouse, where the Balkan cartels have taken root. These ports churn out bananas, but they're also pumping out cocaine, and Spain's the prime target. Turbo's role kicks off in Colombia's northwest, where the port hums with activity along the river landing stages of Zungo and Nueva Colonia. Banana companies like Banacol control these docks, stacking warehouses with fruit boxes ready to ship. Plantations sprawl right behind them, feeding the export chain. The Clan del Golfo has turned this into their turf, dominating the region with tight control. They've figured out how to slip cocaine into those banana containers, exploiting a system built for speed. Barges haul the containers from Turbo's docks to the open sea, where massive ships wait to carry them across the Atlantic, often straight to Spain. The Narco Files data ties Banacol to funding paramilitary groups in the past, and some of those ex-fighters now help the clan push cocaine. That Colombian group doesn't stop at Turbo. They've set up shop in Spain too, with offices in Villagarcía de Arousa in Pontevedra and even Madrid. Bananas are Colombia's top export, and they need to leave fast to stay fresh, which gives traffickers a perfect cover. The drugs don't just land in Galicia. Ports like Valencia, Barcelona, and Algeciras see them too, alongside European hubs like Rotterdam and Antwerp. Back in 2019, Spain's Civil Guard ran the Settle operation, nabbing 6,000 kilos of Clan del Golfo cocaine hidden in Turbo bananas. Europol flagged it as the year's biggest bust in Europe. Most hit Marine in Galicia, but some reached Valencia and the Netherlands. Moroccan-Dutch crews, likely from the Macro Mafia, picked up the loads, showing how deep this network runs. That bust wasn't a one-off. In 2023, another 7,200 kilos got seized in Vigo and Algeciras, again from Turbo, stashed among bananas. A group from Campo de Gibraltar, led by Damian R., who's still on the run, worked with contacts in Urabá to pull it off. The Clan del Golfo's reach stretches from Colombia's jungles to Spain's streets, and they've got the system down. They load cocaine at Turbo's docks, move it by barge, and ship it out, knowing Spain's ports can't check every container. That speed and volume keep the drugs flowing, and the clan's Spanish bases make sure they land smoothly. Now the trail shifts south to Guayaquil, Ecuador, where the story gets even bigger. This Pacific city hosts 6 port terminals, making it the world's second-largest cocaine hub, just behind Colombia. Drugs roll in by road from Colombian labs, then vanish into banana containers bound for Spain. Algeciras and Galicia top the list, but Valencia, Rotterdam, Antwerp, Gioia Tauro in Italy, Le Havre in France, and Hamburg in Germany get their share too. Ecuador's anti-narcotics chief, Pablo Ramirez, tracks this pipeline. He explains that Ecuador sits between Colombia, pumping out 1,400 tons of cocaine yearly, and Peru with 800 tons, according to the UNODC. Ecuador doesn't grow coca, but it collects the drugs for export. Ramirez admits the country's weak spots: maritime and air controls lag behind. Scanners now sweep containers in Guayaquil, Machala, and Guayas, with plans to hit full checks by late 2023. So far, they've scanned 28.5% of the 329,000 containers shipped this year. The rest roll out with profiles sent to places like Spain for alerts. One of those unchecked containers landed in Algeciras with 9,500 kilos of cocaine, the biggest seizure in Spain's history and the world's largest since 2021. That haul left Guayaquil, proving how much slips through. Traffickers tweak containers at 23 collection points across Ecuador, stuffing drugs into refrigeration panels, walls, or even the bananas themselves. Ships then hit the Panama Canal, aiming for Europe. The Balkan cartels drive this Ecuadorian leg. They've been active since 2017, with arrests like Dritan Rexhepi and Nenad Petrak, nabbed in Turkey, showing their muscle. Ramirez says it started in the 80s with Mexican and Colombian cartels, but the Balkans took over, drawn by Ecuador's open borders and dollar-based economy. They set up fake export firms to mask their work. Now, Ecuador swaps info with customs and agriculture officials to spot shady banana shipments, but the cartels keep adapting. Guayaquil's ports tie back to Turbo's route, linking Colombia's supply to Ecuador's shipping power, all aimed at Spain. So how does this whole system connect? It starts with cocaine from Colombian labs hitting Turbo's docks. The Clan del Golfo packs it into banana containers, and barges ferry it to waiting ships. In Guayaquil, Colombian drugs arrive by road, then blend into Ecuador's banana exports. Both ports use the rip-off trick, slipping cocaine in without the shipper knowing. From there, ships cross the Atlantic, landing in Spain's ports. Galicia's smuggling past makes it a hotspot, while Algeciras handles massive cargo flows. Valencia, Barcelona, and northern European ports pick up the rest. The Clan, Balkan cartels, and Moroccan-Dutch groups like the Macro Mafia tie it all together. Other countries feed this chain too. Brazil's Santos port ships cocaine in flour or wood containers, run by Sergio Roberto de Carvalho, now locked up in Belgium. Paraguay moves drugs down the Paraná River to ports, while Costa Rica's Limon taps the Panama Canal. Panama bridges Ecuador and Colombia shipments, with corruption greasing the wheels. The Macro Mafia's boss, Ridwan Taghi, pulls strings from a Dutch prison linked to murders and threats. Spain's anti-drug prosecutor notes the PCC and Comando Vermelho from Brazil setting up in the Canary Islands, joining the clan's Spanish network. Every link keeps the cocaine moving. The narco files' emails lay it all out. They map Turbo's banana docks, Guayaquil's collection points, and digital hacks hitting ports like Rotterdam. Hackers snag container pins or fake origins to skip inspections. The 2019 Settle bust, the 2023 Vigo haul, and Guayaquil's 9,500 kilo shipment show the scale. Brazil's PCC, Paraguay's River Runners, and Costa Rica's Limon port all play parts, with Panama's corrupt officials smoothing the way. Each route feeds Spain, turning its ports into cocaine gateways. So why bananas? Bananas make up 70% of Ecuador's legal exports and dominate Turbo's trade. They ship fast to stay fresh, leaving little time for checks. Ramirez says this speed is key. Traffickers hide drugs in boxes, panels, or fruit, knowing ports can't scan everything. Spain's Macarena Arroyo, an anti-drug prosecutor, agrees, but points to corruption as the real driver. No one risks 9,500 kilos without a guarantee. Bribes in Turbo, Guayaquil, and Panama, plus insiders in Spain, keep the system alive. Without that, the routes would dry up. What do viewers think of this banana trade cover? Leave a comment with thoughts or questions. Hit the like button if this breakdown connected the dots. Subscribe for more crime stories. New videos drop often, so stick around for the next one.